We have all experienced the fear of being judged, whether it be in a job interview or in a social setting. This fear can prevent us from achieving our goals and living life to its fullest. It can be paralyzing and make us feel powerless. But there are steps we can take to overcome this fear and take back control of our lives. In this video, we'll explore ways to recognize, understand, and ultimately overcome the fear of being judged. Accept that you will be judged. It's a fact of life that we will be judged by others. We may fear it, but the reality is that we can't avoid it. Whether it's because of our appearance, personality, or beliefs, we all get judged in one way or another. The first step to overcoming the fear of being judged is to accept that this is part of life and you can't change it. Try to understand why people may judge you in the first place. Are they doing so out of envy or resentment? Or are they just trying to express their opinion on a certain topic? If you can understand the motivation behind the judgment, it may help you to put things into perspective. Focus on what matters most to you. You should prioritize your own opinion over the opinion of others. You know yourself better than anyone else, and only you know what's truly important to you. So focus on your own values and beliefs, rather than worrying about what others may think of you. Remember that some people may never like you, no matter what you do. Don't take this personally, and try not to let it affect your self-confidence. The best thing you can do is to keep a positive attitude and move forward with your life. Learning to accept that you will be judged is the first step to overcoming the fear of being judged. Acknowledge that it's part of life, try to understand why people may judge you, focus on your own values and opinions, and don't take it personally. Understand why you're afraid of being judged. Being afraid of being judged can stem from a variety of sources, such as insecurity, anxiety, past experiences, or even the opinions of others. It's important to understand why you're afraid of being judged in order to find a way to work through it. One of the most common reasons why people fear being judged is because they're insecure and lack self-confidence. They're scared that if they take any risks or stand out from the crowd, they'll be seen in a negative light. This fear can also come from a feeling of not belonging or not measuring up to societal standards. Another cause of this fear is anxiety. Anxiety can lead to an excessive amount of worry about what other people think about you and your decisions. This fear can manifest itself in many different forms, such as the fear of public speaking, social anxiety, or even stage fright. Past experiences can also be a factor when it comes to being afraid of being judged. Maybe you were teased in school or had a negative experience in a job interview. These memories can stay with us and cause us to be afraid of similar experiences happening again in the future. Finally, the opinions of others can contribute to this fear. If you hear negative things about yourself or are around people who criticize you often, it can lead to feelings of insecurity and doubt. It's important to remember that the opinions of others don't define who you are. Don't let the fear of being judged control your life, and instead use it as an opportunity to focus on developing self-confidence and resilience. Don't compare yourself to others. We live in a world where comparisons are the norm. It can be hard not to compare ourselves to those around us, especially when it comes to our achievements, relationships, or physical appearance. We often look at what others have that we don't and feel inadequate. This can lead to a lot of anxiety, self-doubt, and a fear of being judged. But comparing yourself to others won't help you overcome this fear. Instead, focus on your own successes and personal growth. Celebrate your individual accomplishments and milestones, regardless of what anyone else is doing or has achieved. Remember that everyone's journey is different, so don't put too much stock into how someone else is doing things. If you find yourself comparing your life to someone else's, try to think about the positive aspects of your own life. Think about what you're grateful for and what makes you unique. Remind yourself that nobody is perfect and nobody has it all together, not even the people who seem to have it all. Focus on yourself and your progress, not other people's success. Comparisons are inevitable, but don't let them take over your life. Take steps to focus on yourself and your goals, and remember that you don't need to measure up to anyone else in order to feel good about yourself. Don't take things personally. It's easy to take things personally when you fear being judged. After all, you don't want people to think of you in a negative light. However, it's important to realize that the way people view you is often a reflection of their own insecurities and issues, not necessarily yours. Therefore, it's important to remember that you are not responsible for what others think of you. When someone says something negative about you, it's important to acknowledge your feelings and not be dismissive of them. However, try to stay away from ruminating on the negative comment. Instead, focus on understanding why the person said what they did. Was it out of ignorance or malice? Knowing this will help you process the comment better and hopefully not take it too personally. It's also important to remember that sometimes people are just wrong. That doesn't make them bad people, it just means they lack the knowledge or experience to understand the situation accurately. Therefore, don't beat yourself up if someone passes judgment on you and you disagree with them. It's okay to stand up for yourself and have confidence in your own opinions and decisions. Finally, it's important to remember that everyone will be judged at some point in their life. It's part of living in society and is unavoidable. As such, try to take criticism constructively and learn from it, rather than beating yourself up over it. This will help you build resilience and eventually overcome your fear of being judged. Focus on your own opinion of yourself. One of the best ways to overcome the fear of being judged is to focus on your own opinion of yourself. This means understanding and accepting who you are and recognizing your own worth and value. Developing a strong sense of self-esteem is key to this process. It can be difficult to be confident in yourself when you're constantly worrying about what others think, so start by reminding yourself of the positive aspects of your personality and the strengths that you bring to the table. Think about the qualities that make you unique, as well as things you can be proud of such as accomplishments, skills, or relationships. It's also important to recognize and accept your weaknesses without focusing too much on them. Knowing that you're not perfect can help to boost your self-confidence and keep any judgment from others in perspective. Finally, it's important to stay focused on your goals and dreams, rather than seeking validation from others. Instead of focusing on how others may judge you, aim to achieve personal fulfillment in whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Keep in mind that ultimately, your opinion of yourself is the only one that matters. Practice meditation and mindfulness. Meditation and mindfulness are both excellent ways to combat the fear of being judged. Meditation helps to clear the mind and provide a sense of peace and calm, which can help to reduce stress and anxiety associated with the fear of being judged. It also helps to focus on the present moment and be more mindful of our thoughts and feelings. Mindfulness is about becoming aware of our thoughts and feelings, and accepting them without judgment. Practicing mindfulness can help us to become more aware of our thought processes, and allow us to gain a better understanding of why we feel certain ways. Through this understanding, we can start to identify any negative or anxious thoughts that may be causing us to fear being judged, and then work towards replacing them with more positive and helpful ones. Meditation and mindfulness can also help us to become more aware of our behavior and how it affects those around us. By understanding our own behavior, we can learn to better respect and understand the perspectives of others. This will help to reduce our fear of being judged and give us more confidence when communicating with people. Finally, meditation and mindfulness can help us to stay grounded in the present moment and remain focused on our own values and beliefs. Rather than worrying about what other people may think, we can instead focus on our own opinion of ourselves, which can provide us with a strong foundation from which to build self-confidence and accept ourselves for who we are. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you like, subscribe and turn on the bell notifications to be notified of our next upload.